What's up guys, welcome to another My Clever House video, and today we're going to do a Philips Hue A19 starter kit 3rd generation review. We had such a really good response on my first video, kind of better than I expected, and I've decided to do a second one, and this is going to be with the 3rd generation Philips Hue color bulbs. So you'll see this little icon up top. Richer colors. Basically with the 2nd generation Philips Hue bulbs, there were a lot of issues with green, like mainly green, but like the yellows weren't really true. The blue was kind of white if you got too bright a blue, like cyan colored, and it was an issue that people were complaining about a lot, especially for the price tag. And Philips has done an amazing job of rectifying that with these bulbs, and I'll demonstrate that, just showing how rich the colors are. The starter kit will come with 3 colored Philips Hue bulbs and then a bridge so that you can connect to Wi-Fi to control your bulbs. And now let's talk a little bit about controlling them. Okay, so we look over here. It works with Apple HomeKit, so you can control your Philips Hue bulbs with Siri. It works with Nest. Really cool features. We can kind of get into that a little later. But basically, your Nest, if for instance you have a away setting on your Nest thermostat and you leave your home, then it can automatically be programmed to tell your Philips Hue lights that if you're in away mode or you're not home, turn off the lights automatically. And then it also works with SmartThings. These also don't show, like, it works with Alexa. So if you have Amazon Echo or Amazon Echo Dot, you can talk to your Echo and Echo Dot to tell it to turn on the lights. And it has a dimmer functionality as well, so you can make Alexa control the dimming. And then it works with Siri, and Siri has a little bit more functionality in that you can set scenes with Siri, and I don't think that's available right now for the Alexa. It does work with Google Home, so you can also control your Philips Hue bulbs with your voice through Google Home. So these are now, like I say, richer colors, and they basically produce like a bajillion lights, okay? More lights than colors, and you can really know what to do with. Paint with light. You can basically see these images here. You can totally transform the aura of a room with these bulbs. You can make it mimic like videos with certain apps. There's a lot of cool tricks and tools if you look at third-party apps that integrate with this, that make it just unique, more than just a colorful bulb for your living room. So these are really exciting products. Right here you'll see it's meant to last 25,000 hours. So I broke it down. What does 25,000 hours mean? How long does a Hue bulb last? Yeah, if it's on for 6 hours a day, every day it should last for over 11 years. So yeah, I think that about covers. These are LED bulbs. They don't have to warm up, they're instant. I think we're ready to go ahead and open it up and start looking at these bad boys in action. Alright, so this is what it looks like when you first open the Philips Hue A19 starter kit. You've got your bridge here to connect to Wi-Fi. That's exciting. Your LAN port and your power port. God, that's so cool. Alright, there you go. The charging dock. And then your bulbs. And you can see right here, these are white and color. So you got color, color, color. 3 Hue color bulbs. These are 3rd generation, so these are going to be really awesome, very beautiful bulbs. Kind of got a bit of a weight to it. Sturdy bulb. So we've got our 3 Hue color bulbs installed. So that's step 1. Just go ahead and get all the bulbs in the lamps, turn them on. And step 2 is going to be to set up the bridge, which is pretty basic. We'll go over that right now. Now for the bridge setup, this is all the equipment that we got, and I can kind of show you what each piece is, how it works. So this is your power, but it doesn't have any sort of power thing, so that's what this is. This is your attachment, so this would be for an American outlet. Just like that. I think that's pretty neat, the way they package that. That's pretty cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this a rudimentary setup just to start, just for the demonstration, because I want to go ahead and just get this knocked out, to be honest. Alright, so it actually comes with a Ethernet cable, which is, you know, really convenient. It's going to make this setup super easy and super quick. So what we're going to do is come down here, please. We're just going to plug this into our little outlet here. only two things to plug in here, the power here, and then we're gonna run Ethernet from here. See, we're all lit up and powering on. Get some internet. Okay, so that is step 2. Step 1 was to set up the bulbs. Step 2 was to power on the bridge. Step 3, download the Hue app, connect to Wi-Fi. Alright, step 3, download the Hue app. Let's see how easy this is. Hue, let's just check Hue. Philips Hue right at the top. And we're going to install that. Alright, so it's all downloaded. Just go ahead and open it. Alright, so it's already found a Hue bridge. That's super easy. Just hit setup. Press the push link button on the Hue bridge you want to connect to. So I'm going to go do that. And that's just... that was just the button on top of the Hue. That was instant. Okay, I'm going to agree to this. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's signing my soul away. An update is available. Okay, so we'll wait for this. So the update is successfully installed, and Hue app has told me good job. So I've got really colorful, cool lights, and I feel really great about myself. So moving along. Tap the button to create your first room. There's 3 unassigned lights. Okay, so first room. It's going to be our living room. Okay, room type. Give your first room a name. I'm cool with living room as the name. Let me just type this in. Living room. Alright. And then light selection. So all 3 of our lights are going to be in the living room. And we're going to save. Saving could take a while. Please keep the app open until it's done. That didn't take long at all. They lied to me. Alright, so now I want to play with the lights. Congratulations, your Hue app is up and running. Let's go. Okay, cool. So here's our control panel. And this is where we're going to be able to kind of tinker with the lights themselves. Let's see. Oh, I don't know if you can tell in the background. See the lights coming. God, that is cool. I love that. Alright, let's see what we can do with this. Let's change the angle here and look at the lights and get some colors going. Alright, so this is what it looks like inside the app. We've got our one room set up as the living room, and there's actually 3 buttons here. You've got a button here, a button here, and a button here. This is the on-off switch for all your lights in the living room. Touch the living room name and you can control each individual light. And then if you touch the living room icon, now you can control all the lights at once. So if I wanted to make them all orange or red, blue, they'll all change at once. Also, you got your whites are all here. There's a huge selection of whites, from the really soft kind of heavier to the super light cyan kind of color ones. And then you've got these recipes that come standard. You've got relax, read, which is pretty bright, concentrate, and energize. And you can kind of see the tint as you shift through them. The one I'm really interested in and going over here for this app is the one here in the living room where you control the individual ones. So you click the title of the room. Now if I wanted to change just one light, I can. Let's say I want to change this one. I want to change the color of just that one guy. So there. Now you got one guy who's green. You can see in the background there. But what we'll do is we'll just go back to our... One thing I want to actually go over is the scenes here. So up here in the right hand corner, this is like one of my favorite features. You've got these preset scenes of these images, and you can do this with any image. You can use your own images, but basically you select the image and now the lights will reflect that color's tone, or that image's tone. So something you can do with this is you can click one, edit it, and this is actually a sunset, which is a lot. There you go. So you got the whole picture there. You can actually zoom in really tight, and that'll change what the colors are reflected. And you can select certain pieces of that image. And this is Savannah Sunset, which is a really popular one. Let's see other scenes. Go back one time. Tropical Twilight. I like this one too. So you see here, I can actually, if I wanted to get more of the sunset, all I have to do is pinch Bring it over here and the whole room will adjust accordingly. And I think that is rad. Let's go ahead and look at the lights themselves while I play around with the colors. Alright, so one of the cool things that Philips adjusted from the second generation to the third is their color tones, especially in the green and yellows. So you can see here with this green, this is a true green where it used to come off fairly yellow actually when you try to select this color. But they did a really good job in adjusting that. And then you can also see that the yellows are really true yellow as well, which is great. And then you still get all these other awesome tones. My god, that actually hurts my eyes. I don't know if the camera can capture this, but that's actually really powerful. Alright, cool. So you kind of see you can change them all. I need to turn down the intensity because this is like burning my eyeballs out. So you can change them all like this. And then of course you can work through the recipes, relax, read, concentrate, and energize. So cool, lots of cool stuff going on here. And then I want to go back and tinker with these scenes because I really love the scenes. So this is Arctic Aura. You just select different parts of the scene that you like the best, move through it, and you can see all the bulbs just right away start adjusting, and it's so awesome. And then you can change the intensity for that scene. So that is really cool. I could probably tinker with this for hours. And this is Spring Blossom. If I want to just get a little more pink in this one, come over here. How neat is that? That's really cool. But you can see there's an amazing array of colors that come with this. And then of course you can always change just one lamp if you want. Or you can control all of them individually very quickly. So that's really cool. How we're doing this is really simple. You just grab your slider and you can adjust one lamp brighter, calmer. And this is almost, you could kind of do this like the Sleep Number beds, like a his and hers. Like if you want it really bright on, let's say this is in the bedroom, one nightstand super bright, or dimmer, one off. It's really, whatever you want to do. It's fantastic. Another cool feature is the routines. So essentially what you can do is you can have it set. Like I said, this works with Nest, and you can also use the Hue app here to set different things to occur whenever you're home or away. So you can have to log in and set up a profile, but then you can set for whenever you're coming home or leaving home for the lights to behave in a certain way. And you can actually use this location aware feature so that depending on your distance, proximity to your house, your lights will react. And that's really cool. You can set a routine for when you wake up in the morning if you want it to give you one of those soft sunrises to wake up to, and also when it's time to go to sleep you can have them all power down or send them down to 1%. Okay, and I don't even know if you can see it. Go ahead and look up. But yeah, you end up with a very dim, just nightlight setting there. It's really sweet. Overall, I'm really impressed with the Philips Hue A19 starter kit 3rd generation in this review. The Philips Hue color bulbs and bridge are super responsive. It's very easy to figure out how to use. I've figured out how to use this app and these lights over the course of this review. It's not something that I actually investigated beforehand or went really in depth on. I just kind of picked it up and started tinkering with it, and now you see my learning curve was only a couple minutes, and it's just as simple as pushing the button, selecting the lights or scenes that you want to do, and then kind of moving from there. There's so much that these things can do that I've seen online that I am definitely going to tinker with. I'm not going to go into the advanced features myself right now in this video, because this is more of like a how to set up and how quickly you can get going sort of video. But I will mention that it does have tons of integrations, and third-party apps will work with it. It works with Amazon Echo. It does work with Nest. It works with Google Home. So essentially you can, oh, and it also works with Apple HomeKit and Siri. So you can pretty much control this with your voice from virtually any sort of platform. It does work with SmartThings as well. Obviously the phone app works for Android, which is my phone. I use Android, and it also works for Apple. So you're all covered on that as well. These bulbs do last for 25,000 hours, so that's, like I say, about 11 years worth of use if they're on about 6 hours a day every single day. So yeah, really cool. I hope you enjoyed this, and like I said, this was just a basic setup and quick demonstration of these are the out-of-the-box features for this. I didn't have to do any sort of downloading or upgrades to get all this functionality, and I'm absolutely floored with what I can do right out of the box, and I haven't even, you know, gone the extra miles. That's it for this Philips Hue A19 starter kit review. Thanks so much for watching. If you did enjoy this, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below and I will try to get to them as soon as possible. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.